successful in the business, and it took me a long time to learn this, but what's so critical, you know, when we start to get, when we hand, you know, we try to get our green lights in the house with the rainmate, right? And then we do the demo, and they don't get the rainbow. That's okay. One thing I don't want you to do is go, oh, well, you're not going to get the rainbow? Then you're, you know, I mean, be sincere. I let everybody know when I go in and I do the shows, Theo. I say, Theo, if you guys are impressed with what you're about to see, and I gain your respect, will you help me with seeing some people you know? Will you do that? I appreciate that. And I shake my head and I smile, okay? Because that's what you want to do. Because it's hard for people to go like this when you're doing this, all right? So when I hand the referral sheet and to fill it out, I let them know, you know, both husband and wife, okay, if there's two parties involved, and then they already know the qualifications. So this is my point right here, because I only have 4 more minutes, is that I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me that they hand me back the referral sheet and it has Angela, Helen, Donna, and then maybe a phone number. And that's it. That's all they give me. And I look at it and I say, good start. Okay, we just started, all right? You got to find out, right? You got to find out. You should have every one of these blanks filled in. And here's one of mine. This is one of many. Every blank on the referral sheet, Raymond, is filled out. I know everything about these people. I know that Karen Barton, see, she put in here Karen Barton, and then I said, is Karen married? And she said, yes. And I said, well, what is her husband's name? It's Lewis. So she wrote it off to the side here. Even though I let people know it's his first name, her first name, and then the last name. But sometimes they don't hear that. They just write down the first names of their girlfriends, whatever. All right. So I wrote that all down, or she did. And then what's so critical on here is they say, well, age, I don't know what hell they are. Don't worry about it. That's right. Age is not critical. But and I let them know, homeowners only, okay? If there's 2 parties involved, we always got to do the shows with both parties, okay? We do not do shows with single men, and we do not do shows with renters. That's all you got to say, okay? All right? And then when they fill it out, relationship to you. I mentioned that in there. That's so critical, okay? I mentioned that to you. That happened to me where I said to her, how do you know Helen? She said, she's my mom. I felt that big. I was so embarrassed that I went and saw the daughter. I didn't know that, you know, that was a daughter. So find out who this person is to them, the relationship. And then down here, what he does for a living and she does. I let them know is, you know, it don't have to be exact. I mean, is he an IT guy, or she owns her own business, or is it education? You know, what does he do? Oh, he's a principal. Oh, okay, all right, for the Boulder school system, correct? Yes. And so I write that down, all right? And then I go through, guys, the ABCs. These ABCs are very, very important. A, who knows what A stands for?
Asthma, allergies, or breathing problems.
B,
best housekeepers.
C,
children, little children,
including watching
grandchildren.
Because many times if I said that, they're like, oh, I didn't even think about Hazel, which was cat corner for me. She's always watches her grandkids when they come home from school. All right, so put her down. All right, D,
dogs and other pets.
That's right. E,
best of everything.
Yeah, but this is important, and that's
well, not knows everything, best of everything.
And I always say when they go out and they buy the TV, now they want the brand new curved TV. I just did a demo with it. Somebody had that, and I'm like, wow. You know? Yeah. So who fits into that? Oh, that's my dad. Oh, really? Oh, okay. You know, did you put him down yet? No, I'll put him down. You know, is your dad married? Yeah, I have a stepmom. Okay, her name, you know, and that on it. And then after you get the ABCs, what's so critical? The 4 questions. This is so important. If you were in my shoes, and Richard, this was going to be your only means of income, of showing the rainbow to these people that you gave me here tonight, who are the top 4 that you think would really like the rainbow, really want it, can afford it, and probably would get it. I can't tell you guys, in 29 years, I have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows ran that shouldn't be ran.
Yeah.
Immensely. And like Shannon made that comment, you don't want to drive all the way up to Fort Collins, and you know you get there, you know, and it's a totally bum lead. I mean, they qualify, it works, but you know they just are financially here in debt and all that. That's why information is power. Get as much information as you can about these people. And then on the back door, I got the top 4 right on here. She told me that number 1 is, where's number 1? Number one. Oh, right here. It's Lila Reynolds. All right. Lila Reynolds is on a card. That's her Brazilian daughter. Okay. This lady was a neighbor who was a nanny, and so I got all this information. And she did not know how to speak English. And so she came over to Kathy Barton's home and said, would you mind teaching me English? And so she taught her English. So she called her Brazilian daughter. And it's like, that was so cool. So information is power. And then lastly, is there anybody on this list that maybe financially right now is having some issues in their life, in their personal life? Because believe me, I have had people, John, say to me, well, Gordon, you know, Chuck and Loretta, they're kind of having some marital problems. I don't want to go see them. Maybe Chuck and Loretta can put it on their visa, no problem at all. But you know what? Their relationship's a little bit shaky. I'm not going to go show them a rainbow because they're not going to get a rainbow, right? So information, find out as much information as you can about it. So I ask, is there anybody in this list that maybe, that's Mary Eiley right down here. Mary's, to be honest with you, she's having some financial problems, and I know that her kids are kind of helping her with some monies. I don't want to go see Mary, but what I will ask, now, would Mary be interested in the opportunity of maybe earning some extra side income? I will go there in a heartbeat, okay, with that. But if she, and I've had people say to me, you know, Mary's kind of a loner. She works for a private accounting, and she doesn't really like to be around people. I take my pen and I cross their name out. I say, please don't send me to Mary. Okay? Can we have another referral to replace Mary with? So, guys, it is so critical. Please fill this out. You give this, you let them know, you give the yellow copy to them, they get to keep it. You bring the white copy back to Linda, and I'd really like to see all of you get a referral sheet that's completely filled out, because as Linda said in closing here, on the non-contacts, when you pick that up, and she's so correct when she says, I would rather call the daughter or the mom, because when you have somebody on here that's family, they're more than, the percent goes higher that they're willing to help their loved one. You know, sure, this will help out my mom. My mom's getting the gift. You bet. And so that's what's so important, is you do want to get as much information as possible. Thank you. Any questions quickly about this? Yes, Dave.
Talk about stay-at-home moms and retired folks.
Stay-at-home moms,
yeah,
and retired as far as getting daytime appointments.
As far as getting, as far as qualifying.
Oh,
because there's a certain criteria we're looking at.
Oh yes, well the retired, you know, I mean, they say, you know, we don't want anybody that's 90, you know, but I find on the retired, I have seen this with retired. Either they're on Social Security and they can't afford anything, or they write a check for the rainbow.
Yeah.
So we want to try to
Comfortably retired.
Yeah,
I
Same
saw
thing.
3 to retired people.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I have.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I say, John? I actually think I have more sales, because I probably have 2,500 sales. I think I have more sales of people that are retired than I do young people. All right, but I find those retired that have money. There's a lot of people out there that are retired that have money. Okay, they may act like they don't. Okay, but they got money.
And Gordon, I think where Dave was going with the stay-at-home moms,
They spent their time wisely.
I think where Dave was going with the stay-at-home moms, if I'm not mistaken, Dave, is that with a stay-at-home mom, that they're doing it by choice because they can afford to be a stay-at-home mom, not because they just lost their job and so now they're a stay-at-home mom.
Good point.
Yes,
Good
yes,
point.
very,
So-
yes. Is that what you're?
Is that where you're going?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good. So again, that all comes down to information. Information is power. All right. So try to get as much information as power. I know they got to put the kids to bed. I know the kids are crying, cranky. They got to give them a bath, whatever. I understand all that. But this right here, bottom line, guys, it's our lifeline. It's your lifeline. All right.
That's why I'd rather do weekends than weekends.
All right.
There you go.
So let's hear it for Gordon.
Thank you so much. All right. Appreciate it.